happy shiny puppies. This is Melody Fletcher, author of Deliberate Receiving. Finally, the universe makes some freaking sense. And in today's video, I would like to explain what I already alluded to and mentioned in the last two videos, which is the concept of ascension. What is ascension, actually? I know I explained it just a little bit in the video from 2 weeks ago, and today I'd like to do a full video on it because it has brought up a lot of questions. So when I talk about ascension, I'm not talking about ascension in the biblical sense, where, you know, some angels come down and they rapture everybody, and the sinners stay on earth and burn in hellfire or whatever, and then the believers go up to heaven and get to drink sangria or something. I don't know. So that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah? When I'm talking about ascension, I'm also not talking about a kind of a warning or a threat, whereas if you don't get on this train, you're going to be left behind, you're going to go somewhere bad, you're going to miss out on the party. That's not what I'm talking about either. So, you know, a lot of people are talking about reality splitting, and if you don't jump on this train, you're not going to be able to get back on it ever. That's not at all what resonates with me, and those are not at all the messages that I have and the visions that I have. So let me tell you about what I'm talking about and see if it resonates with you. The type of ascension that I'm talking about is a massive shift in consciousness that humanity and the entire planet are going through. A collective raising of our vibration, collective and individual, which means that everyone's going to get there eventually. Not everyone's going to get there at the same time. Everybody gets to go at their own pace, and no one's going to get left behind ultimately, because even if you don't make it in this lifetime, if you transition or die, then you're doing it in that moment too. So this massive raising in consciousness, which, by the way, you don't have to die to experience, is essentially a stepping into an entirely different dimension, an entirely different world. Now, I know that I have not spoken about dimensions before, and I've never actually been interested in the language around talking about dimensions, 3D and 5D, but only recently has that come into the information that I've been receiving, and so I have started to educate myself on the different dimensions, and I might do a video on what the difference is between the different dimensions. But for those of you who are interested in that topic, now you may know more what I'm talking about. Those who aren't, don't worry about it. Here's what I'm talking about. It is a completely different reality, a much more positive reality that we now have access to. And you can step into that. You can begin your journey into that now, right now. There has never been a better time to step into that. What kind of reality am I talking about? A reality where there is more love than there is hate. In fact, love is everything. It is not just the predominant emotion, it is the driving force behind everything. I'm talking about cooperation instead of competition. I'm talking about honoring and respecting each other, unity, understanding that ultimately we are all one, and that if you hurt anybody else, you're really just hurting yourself, and so it becomes unthinkable to actually do anything like that. I'm talking about a world that most people can't even properly imagine. But it's what we're all, being pulled to from the inside. It's what our hearts have been trying to tell us for years. And we have not been ready to embrace this reality before, but now we are, and it's been easier to do than ever before. And if you're watching this video, then you are ready to hear this message. No doubt about it. Because is everybody ready to hear this? No, but those people aren't watching this video or videos like it. So if you're actively seeking out this information, I'm guessing that you are if you're watching this, then you are ready, and this message is for you. Make that choice. Now, what happens if you don't deliberately and consciously choose the better feeling perspective, and you don't choose love, and you don't choose empowerment, and you don't decide to go ahead and go for what you want rather than what you think society thinks that you should do? Are you going to be left behind? No, because this process is automatic. If evolution wasn't automatic, and I'm talking about spiritual evolution, technological evolution, biological evolution, it's all rolled into one big ball for me. If evolution wasn't automatic and the system wasn't designed with a fail-safe to make sure it's automatic, the human race would have died out long ago. Let's face it, it's not like we haven't tried. So if it's automatic, then you don't really need to worry about it. Yeah? The only thing that I say is if you understand this stuff intellectually and you start to do it consciously and deliberately, it makes the process a lot easier to handle. You understand what's going on. You freak out a lot less. And dare I say it, you can actually enjoy yourself. Because the point of being here right now isn't just to ascend. It's not to sit in a little room and do a bunch of personal development work. That is a tool that we may use to facilitate the process. But the point of being here is to have the ride of lifetimes. This is the best show going in the universe right now. This is the main stage. This is the main event. I said a couple of videos ago, this is the Super Bowl of spiritual development. So, get on the train if you want. If it resonates with you, if it excites you. If it doesn't, don't worry, don't be afraid. If you want to and your parents or your children or your aunt and uncle don't want to, that's okay. Nothing's going to happen to them. They're not going to suddenly have horrible lives. They may stay in their denial state and their lives aren't going to be nearly as awesome as they could be, but that is their journey and it's not for you to judge how quickly or how slowly they go through this process. Yeah? So again, please don't see this as a doom and gloom message where I'm saying, if you don't do this, something bad's going to happen. If you don't do this, nothing bad's going to happen. This is not about avoiding more pain. This is about maximizing pleasure. This is about having a lot more fun. This is about amping up the awesome. I mean, isn't it about time we made the shift to that? So hopefully this video has excited you as much as me. This whole concept excites you as much as me. If it doesn't, please leave me a comment down below. I really want to hear what you guys have to say. And, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a thumbs down. Just give me a reaction because otherwise I'm just standing in a room by myself talking at a camera. And I really want to make this a two-way conversation. So if you'd like to have more content like this, check me out on YouTube or go to my website at deliberatereceiving.com where the Happy Shiny Puppy Army, which is my tribe of like-minded, powerful creators who can't wait to meet you, are waiting and ready to have fantastic conversations with you. This has been Melody Fletcher with my weekly Q&A. I will see you guys next week.